Melanie Martinez's Leeches isn't just a song, it's an exorcism, a visceral purge of the emotional vampires who drain us under the guise of love, friendship, or obligation. With grotesque imagery and a lullaby like melody, she paints a world where kindness is exploited and autonomy is a battleground. Hi, I'm BMRJR, and today we're dissecting this dark fairy tale line by bloody line. Leeches surrounded, conscience is throbbing. How much blood can you draw with your claws from a flesh that's not yours? Martinez doesn't just call these people toxic, she dehumanizes them, reducing them to blood sucking invertebrates. Unlike vampires, which have allure and power, leeches are slimy, mindless, and purely extractive. Conscience is throbbing, the victim feels guilt, a common trauma response, while the leeches pretend to feel remorse. Hold their pillows tight. Flesh that's not yours, a direct accusation. You are consuming something that does not belong to you. This could symbolize energy, creativity, love, or even literal labor taken without consent. This mirrors narcissistic abuse, where the victim is drained through manipulation, gaslighting, or emotional labor. The leeches don't stop when they are full. They keep gnawing. No marrow left, because their hunger is not for sustenance but control. Bountiful harvest, they flock to my garden. They eat off the table that you set, so you starve. A garden traditionally symbolizes nurturing, growth, and safety, but here it's invaded and exploited. They flock to my garden. Like scavengers drawn to ripe fruit, they sense vulnerability. They eat off the table that you set. The victim prepares a feast, love, support, resources, but the leeches consume it all, leaving her to starve. This reflects emotional caretaking in toxic relationships where one person gives endlessly while the other takes until nothing remains. The garden, once a place of life, becomes a battleground of depletion. How much blood can you draw with your claws? Gnaw on my bones, no marrow left to keep you enthralled. The chorus is gruesome in its literality. This isn't just emotional exhaustion, it's physical mutilation. Blood drawn with claws, not just taking, but ripping. The imagery suggests self-harm under coercion. Example, people pleasers who destroy themselves to please others. No marrow left. Marrow, life force, vitality. The victim is hollowed out, yet the leeches keep biting. Martinez frames abuse as a literal consumption of the self. The victim isn't just tired, they're being eaten alive. Slimy and superficial, straining they are artificial, yapping to seem official, making it beneficial to their cause. Here, Martinez exposes the performative nature of emotional predators. Slimy and superficial, they lack depth. Their emotions are fake, yapping to seem official. They talk endlessly to assert dominance, like small dogs barking to sound bigger. Beneficial to their cause. Their kindness is transactional. They only care if it serves them. This mirrors covert narcissism, where abusers play the victim or fake empathy to manipulate. The repetition of the pre-chorus and chorus mirrors the cyclical nature of abuse. Stop all your breathing, don't let them see you, suggests the victim playing dead, a survival tactic. The ad-libs sound like whimpers, reinforcing exhaustion. The song feels inescapable, much like trauma bonds. Even the melody's sweetness contrasts with the horror, mimicking how abuse often hides behind charm. Martinez sings softly, almost like a child, making the lyrics even more disturbing. The lack of screaming is intentional. It's not a fight, it's a resigned exposure of the truth. Leeches is a masterclass in lyrical horror, using fairy tale aesthetics to depict psychological vampirism. It's not just a warning, it's a reclamation. By singing this, Martinez takes back her narrative, exposing the leeches for what they are: mindless, hungry, and ultimately pathetic.